Hey guys, Dr. Sonia here. I apologize for not giving you more notice on this live video, but I felt it was important to come on now since it is Monday, and a lot of you are into fitness, into nutrition, and you know that whole saying, never miss a Monday. And we've been hearing a lot about being healthy at home, and I don't know about you. I know at least last week I was not healthy at home. I may have been sheltered in place, not really going anywhere. But you know how during that week between like Christmas and New Year's, where you just kind of eat whatever, you don't know what day it is. That's kind of what it's been like, hasn't it? And so when you think of us coming out of this, because we will get out of this, who knows when, but we will get out of this eventually, are we really going to come out healthier? And that really is the question, you know, as we talk about our metabolic health, is sitting at home in complete isolation, not doing any exercise and eating a bunch of sugar, is that going to make us healthier when we come out of here? Is that really healthy at home? And the answer is no. So I don't know about you guys. I decided, hey, I'm going to switch this narrative around. Like a good friend of mine had said, it's not about the strength of the virus. It's about the strength of the host. And no more. You know, we were into the Reese's Easter eggs and all that. They are not at the chiropractor's office. We were whining about that. And I know all of us, right? Like food has an emotional component with so many. And this is trying times, you know, whether it's stress, finances, lack of schedule, you know, there's emotional eating going on. There's a lot of drinking going on, sugar. And of course, I'm doing a live video, and my dog wants to, I don't know if I can show him. He's down there. I'll get him a shot later. So I knew my dog would have a part of this, and then I've got neighbors that mow the lawn all the time, so we might hear some lawnmowers coming. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys hopefully some tips and save you here that it's Monday to get you back on track, because I don't want you getting to the end of the week, the end of this quarantine, and you've walked out unhealthy, you know, or unhealthier than when you started, I guess I should say. So here's some things that we want to talk about. And I probably should have started this last night for you guys, but it's Monday, it's lunchtime. You still can get a hold of this right now. So what I like to do is on Sunday nights, or I did it this morning, Monday morning, is I look at my calendar and figure out what kind of things do I have going on through the week. During normal times, you know, our schedule's pretty busy. We're out to eat a lot. You know, I do corporate wellness, as you guys know. And so I'm often kind of just getting fed whatever. That's not the case here now, right? Like we have a lot of time at home. So in theory, it should be a lot easier for our nutrition. We just have to make that choice. So what I did is I looked at my calendar. What do I have going on this week? And my calendar is pretty empty, sadly. But, you know, you've got to look at the positives with that too. And then what we do is we plan our meals. So normally we're doing meal prepping. Because I have a lot more time at home, we're doing more of meal planning. So Monday and we do a lot of like eating for 2 days. So Monday and Tuesday, or Sunday and Monday, we're doing burgers and veggies. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're doing Greek salads. Thursday and Friday, you know, the kids have been enjoying cooking and whatnot, so they're going to make some chicken pot pie recipe. Todd and I will find like a paleo version. And then Saturday, we may grab some Chipotle or make something at home. Generally, there's some leftovers. And then Sunday is Easter. But if I go into it having a plan, and if you guys do too, you're going to be all that much more successful. So plan what your meals are. For us, dinner is usually the tricky one. That's why I kind of start there. And then build it backwards. So whatever your plan of eating is, whether you're doing a clean eating, a paleo, a Weight Watchers, whatever, use your food journal, or use I use MyFitnessPal for the program that I'm doing, and I build it backwards. So this morning what I did is I plugged in all of my food, my macros for the day, and I started with dinner. So I knew tonight we were having burgers, vegetables. We make this awesome, and I can post the recipe. I think I have before. Like it's like a paleo cauliflower type potato salad, but it's not potato, it's cauliflower. So I plugged all that in. And then I plugged my lunch in, my snacks, all the way up until breakfast. And then I've been doing some intermittent fasting, so got back on track with that. And so all of my macros are there. And so when it's laid out like that, it makes it a whole heck of a lot harder than when you're faced with, the ice cream or the goodies. It's like, nope, I've got my day planned. And do that every single day. And then same with your workouts too, whether it's Sunday night or Monday morning. Look at what your schedule is. Look at what the weather is. Today's a beautiful day. I think here in Louisville, we're going to have a few beautiful days here. So maybe, those are opportunities for you to get outside, do some walking or hiking. Again, if you're doing a certain program online, you can do your workouts online, but always know before you go in what your workouts are and what your nutrition is, and plan that out, because it's going to make it a whole heck of a lot easier to stay with it and to not deviate. And so I have to kind of play games with myself too. I love to work out. That's never been an issue, but scheduling has been a challenge, right? Like our schedule has been completely turned upside down. And so this morning, I had to set the alarm. Why? No reason really, just to make sure that I'm staying on track. So set the alarm, did my workout, and said, you know what? I'm not getting on Facebook. I'm not getting on news, whatever, until I get that workout in. And then I'm going to plug in all of my nutrition for the day, which I did. And then the key, and I know some of you guys are going to giggle about this, but it's true. It's like taking a shower, put on some real clothes, wash your hair. I don't know that you need to put on makeup every day if you're female, but all of those things make a big difference, because you guys, unlike that week between Christmas and New Year's where it's just like a few days and we like it, we love spending time with our family and eating carbs. This is not that. This is going to go on for a while. And most of us didn't, we were kind of blindsided by this, right? So we don't want to come out of this being unhealthy. At the same time, we're being healthy at home by sheltering in place, which is super important, sitting at home, drinking alcohol and eating a bunch of sugar and coming out of this, with the quarantine 15 or the COVID-19, all those things you keep hearing. You're not going to be in a better place. You're going to be at more at risk for heart disease, more at risk for diabetes, you name it, right? On top of just feeling inflamed. I know after this week where, I was kind of feeling sorry for myself, and we were on spring break, so I just had that spring break attitude. I got up this morning, I'm like, my joints hurt because I've been eating things like gluten and dairy that normally aren't in my diet, and they are heavily inflammatory. So no more. Someone else, an accountability partner that I work with, she's like, have you noticed how no one's really drinking water? While you're home, you just don't think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm usually a huge water drinker, and so are several of you guys, but we're out of that routine. So make sure today, it's Monday, we can start a brand new, fresh week, that you're making an effort to get your water, that you're getting your workout in, that you're planning all of your nutrition for the day. Another thing, several of you guys have said, oh, should I do a cleanse? Should I do that? Absolutely. I think that's part of the hardest thing if for people who are wanting to do a cleanse or a new program or a detox is that, normally we're working, we're out in public, we have celebrations. Right now, that stuff really isn't going on. So it's a great opportunity because you're at home, you can feel a little sluggish, your schedule is off anyway. And guess what? When you go to the grocery store, do you know what's out? The alcohol, the sugar, all of that is sold out. The healthy foods are there. So it's at your fingertips that you can take care of yourself. And again, as we're talking about the strength of the host, do you think you were more likely to catch a bug of any kind when you're eating a bunch of sugar and alcohol? versus when you're eating healthy foods. I mean, there's tons of research that talks about the impacts of alcohol and sugar on our immune system, not to mention the extreme stress that pretty much everyone is under for all sorts of different reasons, right? So it's super important that we're taking care of ourselves and of our families. I know my daughter particularly has been enjoying getting into some cooking and things now, and she's, on Pinterest and baking whatever. But I'm like, we can't be doing that. We've got to, it's, fine for a holiday, coming up, your birthdays, but not every single day for the next 3 months or so, or however long this is going to be. So that's super important. So again, plan your meals. You don't have to necessarily prep everything unless you want to. Plan your workouts and play games with yourself a little bit. Like force your, or I guess just have some discipline. Force yourself to say, you know what? I am not getting on Facebook. I'm not doing whatever until I've worked out and plugged in my nutrition, and keep that schedule. So another important thing is to have an accountability partner. And you can check in with that person every day, whether it's a family member, whether it's someone at a gym where you worked out with, whether it's your neighbor, spouse, whatever. Heck, if you haven't even signed up for your telehealth with us, we can be your accountability partner, where you're checking in with that person every single day. And maybe it's starting slow. Maybe you're saying, all right, so-and-so, we're going to make sure that we're drinking our body weight in ounces of water today. And that we're just going to start there. We're not even talking about decreasing the sugar. Or maybe you're saying, hey, accountability partner, just for today, let's see if we could just go a day without getting into the Easter candy, right? Or, hey, accountability partner, let me know what your workout is. I'll let you know what my workout is. Several of you guys too, that workouts have been a challenge. Try some new things. Get out, get the walking in, hiking. Several, like my gym, for example, is doing some live feed workouts. I've been doing those and just some other things. But there's like Peloton's doing a free app. Several of the yoga apps are doing free. Do those. Do whatever it takes to get those workouts in. Do something on your own. The most important thing is that you do it. So again, if you don't have an accountability partner, which I would suggest that you get, by all means, use your telehealth appointments with us. We will hold you accountable, because several of you guys on here may be thinking, well, I really wasn't working out or taking care of myself before. You know what? Now is the time. Now is the time more than ever, because especially when it's COVID-19 or something else, the strength of the host, right? So you are more likely to get this thing, not to mention heart disease, everything else, with your blood pressure, diabetes issues. So right now is the time. You've got the time to take care of yourself. You're worth it. You can do it. So we will hold you accountable and help you figure out a program for you if you don't already have a program for yourself. We can start with that clean eating. We can start with a cleanse. Again, everyone's situation is a little bit different, and several of you guys may not be able to do walking now because of physical ailments, especially not with being able to go to your chiropractor. I get that, but there are things that we can do. And if we're just starting with diet, and if we're just starting with removing those inflammatory foods like your grains, your dairy, heck, just get rid of the sugar and the alcohol for a week. You guys, your joints are going to feel better. You're going to feel better right there. What that does to your heart rate variability, your resting heart rate, your overall metabolic condition is huge. So it's so important during this time, that we're taking care of our mental health, our physical health, of course, our metabolic health, like we talked about. So I think that is really all that I wanted to touch on for you guys. Again, I apologize that I didn't announce this live, because I know this is one that several of you guys wanted to do about keeping your fitness on track and nutrition during the COVID-19. And we don't want that COVID-19, 19 pounds, or the quarantine 15. That is not what we want to walk out of here with, right? So make sure, it's Monday at lunchtime. If you've already started off on the wrong track, turn it around. Make sure that you're having something healthy for lunch. Make sure that you're having something healthy for dinner. Plan out what you're going to be eating the rest of the week as far as your dinners, lunches, and going on from there. And plan those workouts out too. Put them on your calendar so you know every single day what your workout is going to be. And you can pivot, but that what gets scheduled gets done, because no plan is a plan to fail. So if you don't have it planned, you're going to be right there baking cookies, drinking your alcohol. And again, I get it. Those kind of days can be fun and entertaining, but not, it's one thing when it's that day or two between Christmas and New Year's, when it's a 3 or 4 months, and then we're going to have to get back to work and with our health. Now is the time, if you have those comorbidities, that you're taking care of that. So I'm going to try to save this so those of you who weren't on can watch this. And if there's anything pertaining to this you have questions on, or you want some help getting on track with your nutrition or your exercise outside of here, schedule those telehealth appointments through that Calendly app through Dr. Todd. And if you want me to work with you specifically on those, just put my name in there and we'll make sure that we make that happen for you guys. So comment below when you guys do watch this what you're going to do to make sure that you're staying on track with your nutrition and with your health with this week. So have a wonderful week, guys.